Graduating from high school, I started working at a speed shop, a local speed shop service center. We had a lot of customers coming into the stores back then from overseas, and they were actually purchasing parts, loading it in their suitcases and flying home with it. And came up with a little plan to open up a wholesale division, and nobody really had time for any of that. So kind of turned that little proposal into a business plan. And in 1987, out of our little 2-bedroom house in Gardena, we started Exports International. But it really wasn't until I actually made a trip overseas and saw it. We're all a lot more similar than we think, especially when we share a real passion for the car. You know, the way we do business in America is much different from the way they do business in any foreign country. And so that was always a challenge. But when you actually landed there, when you actually got there and started hanging out with these guys and looking at the cars that they were building and helping them at the racetrack, you know, it's all the same all over the world. You know, it's just a great community of people, and we had a wonderful time doing that. At every stage of my career, SEMA's been a great help. And it started in Yen, and being able to network with those folks, being able to grab some great mentors in the industry. That was when for instance, I met Brian Applegate. I met Bob Pateri through being a mentor. And those guys really helped guide Exports International, helped guide my career. It was amazing to be able to now to sit in a boardroom next to a Corky Coker or a Harry Hibbler or a Brian Applegate. And those guys just taught me so much. And not only how to run a company and being able to help me with industry issues, but also how to run a board and how to do things in a nonprofit. Yeah, I think SEMA has great value, especially to this next generation coming up. As I said, they're more technology driven, they're much more creative, and what they need desperately is that business acumen that comes from a lot of the programs that SEMA has and the educational programs that SEMA offers. So I think it's a very important blending of that creativity with sound business practices that's going to keep our industry succeeding. But to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, it's really an amazing thing. It's to industry and an association that I owe so much to. And to be able to get inducted and to be honored in this way for hanging out with people I love to hang out with, for doing some really important work, and for giving back to people that have given me so much. I mean, it doesn't seem real.